New this morning, a Senate shift following a rare verbal confrontation with the president over the war in Iran. Two Republican senators who broke with their party on a war powers resolution switched course and did not support a similar measure late Wednesday. In the heated private meeting, the president and some Republicans aired their anger.
He was mad as a murder hornet.
At the center, Louisiana Republican Bill Cassidy, who lost his primary to a Trump-backed challenger. He had been one of four Republicans who had voted for a war-related measure that had no force of law. During the private lunch, Cassidy argued that the president failed to provide necessary information about Iran. Cassidy was later invited to the White House Situation Room for a high-level briefing.
And I'm not going to be bullied when I'm trying to get answers for the American people.
The president had downplayed the conflict.
We like everybody really in the room. I don't like a few people, but that's okay.
Earlier in the day, the president refusing to take part in a planned ceremony to sign a bill overwhelmingly passed by both parties, aimed at making housing more affordable, until he says the Senate passes the Save America Act, which would require voters show proof of ID and citizenship documents to vote.
It's the chaos. It's putting his individual preferences and his ego first.
On Wednesday night, the president kicked off a patriotic party on the National Mall called the American State Fair to celebrate the country's 250th anniversary.
We are beginning the most unforgettable birthday party any country has ever seen.
The president in campaign rally form touting his own policies.
As you know very well, a short time ago, we were a dead country. We were dead. Now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. We're respected by everybody. Nobody's laughing at us anymore.
Headlining the night himself after several well-known artists pulled out, concerned the event would be partisan. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy mocked those entertainers who chose not to participate, saying they were better off without them. The president did speak about the importance of the nation's 250th birthday, while he also defended his administration and its policies, including immigration enforcement, the economy, and the war in Iran. Savannah?
All right, Kelly O'Donnell, thank you very much.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.